All right, here we go. Command Shift R is now recording. All right, let's get started. So first off, if you haven't already seen my presentation, please rewatch it. Here are the slides. Okay. Is everybody clear on why these are online-ish courses? They're not fully online. Okay. All right, your health and well-being come first. I need you to look at all the resources that Eastern is providing this time. I am not kidding about that. Again, I talk a lot about professional practice. You're project number one, and you need to make sure that you're fully ready to take this on. And some of you might be saying, "Well, Colin, that's not fair. Like, who's ready for any of this right now?" That's 100% absolutely true, but it doesn't change the fact that we got to get the job done, right? We still got to be able to do this. So also, their resources are really good, and I strongly recommend that you look into them. And you just go for EW Wellness and Prevention Services. These are all great services, and they're free to you as students. So I strongly recommend any of these. Good there? Okay, all right. Okay. I can only see two faces right now, so I'm judging everybody off of two faces. But we'll get it. All right. Again, going too fast. Education Connection. Okay, that's a real online class. The big one, I'm just going to skip around here, is that office hours are the first 30 minutes. We're going to have 30 to 45 minutes of lecture, and then we're going to wrap up. If anybody has any questions. And the university has asked us all faculty to go easy this week. So don't expect too much this week. But if you do want the whole outline for this quarter, I can give it to you. But they've asked us not to just right. So if you really think like I'm a little bit bored and I want a little bit more, let me know. I'm ready to go. But otherwise, today is going to be very unlike any of my classes. So don't expect a lot today or tomorrow, next class. We good?
Super good.
Okay. All right. Time and attention. Attendance again is not required, but strongly suggested. Okay, there's that. So let's get into this. All right. So you have your what's it called? Notion account. So let's do that. EW.design is the home for the new Eastern web page. Look how awesome that looks. Woo, it looks good. But there's nothing on there. So it's just a placeholder for right now. It's for the new Department of Design that is still scheduled. I was asked to pass this on. We're still scheduled to go downtown at the fall 2020. But of course, nothing is absolutely 100% certain, especially right now. So we good in that part? All right, so if you go to my last name, MANIKOTH.EW.design, like it is in the chat, it'll give you to the portal to all of the classes. All right, so everyone see the portal? All right, anybody not see it? If you don't see it, yeah, let me know. Okay. All right, so there's that. And then we're gonna go into UX3 and then click on Workspace for UX3 Spring 2020. Okay. All right, good. What was that web address again? Okay. Manikoff.ew.design. I spelled design wrong. All right, so then once we get into the workspace for UX3, okay. All right, this is one of the underlying things about UX3. After professional practice, this is my second favorite class to teach. I love this class. And right now I'm going to talk about all the stuff that you don't get to do. All right, so can we hang in there? This thing, Colin, if you don't get to do this stuff, why are we going to talk about it? Because I need you to understand how we're going to get to these same concepts. So one of the things you don't get to do is you don't get to go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Damn it.
Okay. So I have you design a game. Some of you might have seen your classmates working on this. I have you design a game, and then we take it to an elementary school, and you get it tested out. And you work on something for 10 weeks, and then you have an elementary school child take it apart. And you're in the back of the room. You're not allowed to talk, and you're heartbroken. And I'm laughing the entire time, and I'm loving it. I love watching people who have no filter, people who have no bias and no stake, take apart your work very, and it's great. And I also love that people make stuff that's really good and the kids can't stop playing it. And it's very easy to tell whose game is really good. It's the game that there's always a group of people, there's always a group of kids surrounding the game, and whose game isn't very good, the one that they left on the table, the ones that the instructions are bad. And to get good at this, we go to Chuck E. Cheese, and we've done stuff for Social Security, we've done stuff for the county library, we do stuff with the Makey Makey project. And I say all this because I hope that you see that it's not about the screen, right? And we have to spend the rest of this quarter looking and making stuff for a screen. And it it's disappointing to me that we don't get to do stuff physically with bananas and this, right? In my office right now are 12 Makey Makeys, right? There's an NFC card reader. I was gonna have you make NFC cards, and we don't get to do any of those things. But these are just different ways to get to the same location. So we get in that part. There's a concept that we need to address, right? And Makey Makey and the Chuck E. Cheese visit are all a part of that. So, and I make you go to Chuck E. Cheese because if you're going to design a game, you need to understand how games work. Yeah. So all that said, that's why that's there. I can't stress that enough. If you think this is about apps and not about people, then I'm going to talk to Meg, and I've been talking to Meg since she started teaching for us, right? And that your metrics and your users, they're all human beings. And it's hard to finish out the UX certificate and not think about this. I will be saying this all quarter long, that you're going to get tired of me talking about the fact that users are human beings. And it sounds so simple, but think about all of the stuff that you have made, or think about all the stuff that you use that you would completely ignore, right? All the apps that you have installed and never touched again. Why? Okay. And so we need to think about that. Okay. All right. So getting into this, let's go ahead and take care of the easy stuff, and we'll just address Notion. All right, so everyone see daily engagement there? Okay. Can everyone in the chat say yes, they see daily engagement? Yes, you see it. All right. Oh, some of us are only listening to the audio. All right. If you're listening to the audio, I'm going to record this and then put it up to YouTube so you can look at it later. Let's go ahead and now go to go inside of daily engagement. Okay. And for you, there should be something called a duplicate button. Okay. So this is what you see, right? And you're going to go ahead and just click on the duplicate button. And I made you a template, right? A daily engagement template. So go ahead and duplicate that to your workspace. Let me give you a second to duplicate that to your workspace. Okay. Again, this is what you're seeing. You're going to click on duplicate. Of course, you're logged in. Okay. And it's basically going to fork that to your project. Okay. So the first one is at 0, and then we're going to have 1. And these are the little bits that I was talking about in my video. We're going to have 5 bits every single week. And if you want to move ahead on all of the bits, that's fine. Each bit is always going to give you an option to do a little bit more. If this is all the attention that you have, I would strongly recommend just doing 1 bit at a time, like 1 little thing at a time. And this is going to be very true when we go ahead and make our entire design system. We are making a big old design system. And if you haven't made a design system before, like this, they take years to make. Right? It is a lot of work, right? Literal years, because these aren't decisions made by one person. And these are decisions that apply to a lot of different platforms. So our big project that we're going to do is you're going to make a design system for something that is an ebook, an app, a website, and a PDF, and a printed paper piece. So how do you make one system that applies to, again, an ebook, a website, an app, a PDF, and a printed magazine? Right. So I say all this because I really want to get into our heads this process, right? What I'm trying to do in these classes is just establish our mindset and our process. So take it in little bits, okay? Bits make a bite. Good, good? Okay. You can even say in the chat, good, good. All right, so let's go through our first check. Okay, our first daily engagement is check, and this is what I'm grading you on. You're going to have 50 of these, 5 for each week. If you don't already know, the university has said we're not having a finals week. Class ends on the last day of lecture. So just a FYI on that. All right, so let's take care of the first daily engagement here. All right, this is the one.
Wait, that's professional practice.
Yeah, it's the same
Okay.
questions. Yeah,
Okay.
for 0, 0, they're the same questions.
Got it.
All right, so let's go through this. Good eye, Rhiannon. All right, what are the days and times of this course? Okay.
Monday and Wednesday, 1 to 2:50.
Yeah. Okay. 1, and because you're here, you already know about this. All right. What I'm gonna have you do, if you don't think you're gonna speak, I'm gonna have you mute your mic and see if maybe that will help with the feedback. And then you just unmute to talk again. See if we can deal with that feedback. All right, so we can just talk through these points, okay? All right. What is the URL for the course site? ewmanikoff.ew.design, right? That is the course website. It's going to link you out to where you need to go. Right? Good, good. The other reason why I'm doing this right now is I want you to see how Notion is working. Okay. All right, is this course synchronous, real time? All right. Yes and no. All right. Yes, we meet at a specific time. No, it's recorded also. Okay. All right, does anybody have any questions on synchronous versus asynchronous? Go ahead. Who's got a question about that?
Don't think anyone does.
All right. Let me see if I can. All right, I'm muting everybody because that whistling is annoying me. So we good? Yeah, and I'll unmute everybody. I will unmute everybody after I'm done talking. That whistling was a little much. Okay. So let me say this. Everyone is muted. Everyone is muted on this team. There we go. All right, Alyssa, can you hear me? Okay, good, because I can only see your face, so I'm gonna be asking all my questions to you. All right, oh wait, I see some more people now. All right. All right, when are office hours? The answer to that is 30 minutes prior to class, okay? All right, I'll fix those bullet points later. Is attendance required or strongly encouraged? All right, put into the chat. Is attendance required or strongly encouraged? Yay, strongly encouraged is right. All right, if you've ever had a class with me, you'll know how hard this is for me right now. It's so hard doing this like meta work for this stuff. but it's important. All right, where will all email be sent, right? To the terrible, terrible Canvas inbox or directly to my email, which is a fully featured email client? Say into the chat, where should communication go to? Yeah, all right, please email me directly. If it goes in the Canvas, I don't see it. It's just like lost, and I don't know what Canvas inbox is trying to do, but it doesn't do email. So let's just, we have email addresses. Why don't we use email addresses? All right, when will your email be seen? The answer to that is before 8 a.m. I strongly encourage you to set your own parameters and your own boundaries for how this class, not just this class, but how the quarter is going to go. Asynchronous, trust me, from experience, as an instructor, as a student, it becomes 24/7, and I don't want you to get burnt out. And it's really easy to get burnt out. So you know, set some boundaries. So if you send something before 8 a.m., I probably won't see it till next day at 8 a.m. We good? Okay. So I have an 8 a.m. class, Web 2. I don't know how that's going to go, but it is what it is. Okay. Good. So, all right. Well, anything important like your design? So Colin, I'm really happy with my design system, or I have questions about my prototype. If you try to email it to me, it's not going to work. Like let's use that 30 minutes before class. Let's talk about it. I want to know what you're trying to do before you do it. You good? So let's talk, not write about feedback. And this is true about an industry too. Like if we have to rely, in industry, we try not to rely on non, like the great people at Basecamp, right? Basecamp has a rule of no meetings. Oops, basecamp.com, right? Basecamp basically says, don't you miss me going off topic for just a minute? Oh, didn't you miss that? All right. Basecamp is a wonderful company, right? Basecamp has done this remote thing long before remote work was a thing. Basecamp says we will give you a Chicago salary and you can live anywhere in the world. And that's always been the case with them. They're based out of Chicago, and more than half of their employees are in different parts of the world. You just pick wherever you want to live, and they'll pro it. And so I say all this because then how do they get stuff done if everybody is remote, right? They find ways of going to the project, right? Oh, here's another Basecamp rule that you're not going to believe me unless you've read their book, right? I'm going to type into the chat what one of their rule is. Ready? I'm going to put it in all caps. No internal email. That's a rule at Basecamp. You either get on the phone and have a conversation with somebody, you get into Basecamp itself, and everyone has their mouse cursor. So you basically have two mouse cursors going around the screen, and people have discussions about this, right? There's no internal email at Basecamp. It's like, no. Like we email with our clients, we talk to each other. And that's how I'm treating our classes. All right, good there? All right, now, but it's okay to email me. Yeah, so I just want to make sure that you're clear on that. All right, if someone goes home today, or someone goes home today, if someone says today, like Colin said not to email me, that's not what I said, okay, at all. We don't do feedback that way. Okay, good. All right, what non-academic services that you provide? Lots, look into it. And, oh, I forgot to post the syllabus. So Colin, post the syllabus. Okay, I'm gonna unmute everybody real fast. And we're going to, let's see. Wow, all right. Gonna unmute. All right, does anybody have any questions on this check before we move on?
Nope.
We're all
Are
in
you
the same.
gonna open your Canvas page?
Just for grades. Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to have Canvas do that reminder to you about when everything is due. Oh, when is everything due? What time? When is each a bit due? There's 5 work days and 10 weeks. When is each of the?
11:59, right?
Oh,
yeah, 11:59 p.m.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Okay. So yeah, I was gonna have Canvas remind you, but I was like, then I'd have to create 50 reminders and make sure that they work. And we all know that me and Canvas don't work. So we're good. All right. So the big thing about, so before I move on to more about Notion and the services that we're going to be using and the projects that we're going to be doing, are there any questions on this check? All right, going, gone. All right, so how can I check up on you? There are 2 dates here. The first date is when the card was created, and the next date is when it was last edited. And you can see here that I made this thing at 1:21, and then we edited this last thing at 1:50. And this is how I'm gonna grade your work. This is how I'm grading engagement. There's really no way to get around this. Okay, so you could wait until the end of the quarter and make 50 of these and be upset at everybody. The other thing here is, you know, this is a way for me to kind of keep up on what you're doing. And if anybody's falling behind, like, we can see that early on. Good. All right, now you're gonna make a new card of your own. Ready? Go ahead and hit new. Okay, you're gonna put the number 1 there. All right, and this one is Rosebud Thorn. Rosebud Thorn, yeah, Rosebud Thorn. Oh, Rose Thorn Bud. All right, and some of you might be familiar with this. Okay. All right, so I'm going to set aside quite a bit. Okay, everybody clear on this part? This is the only time in UX3 that I'm going to I'm trying not to mention the situation, right? I think the whole, the COVID situation, you get enough of that outside of class. So is everybody kind of in agreement there? And there are even some professors who are turning it into a project. It's a great UX project. I can't, you know, to put into words, but I want us to have kind of a respite from it, a space away from it. I want us to deep dive into other things, not that. We good? The other thing here is, this is the last time we're gonna actually just mention it by name, right? There's no really reason to talk about it. First, Rose. What is your Rose in all of this? Okay. Does anybody want to share one? I'll share mine. What has been Rose in the current situation? Seeing my kids a lot, like a whole lot. Okay, that's been my Rose. Okay. Thorn. Okay. Seeing my kids a lot. Just kidding, joking.
Nice.
I miss my office. Right. I kind of miss it. So. All right, Bud is anything that's going to become a Rose at some point. And like, literally, I'm looking forward to good weather and gardening. And you can just copy and paste into this. And I thought this would be a nice, easy example to start off with number 1. Of course, they're going to get a lot more complicated than this, but this would be a good place to start. So you can see my example. You can see your example. And again, you can't lie to the machines. We can lie to each other, but we can't lie to the machines. You can see when it was created and when it was updated. Good there? Questions? All right. All right, so the first tool we're going to be using, someone said this in their survey. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute you all now, again. All right, so I was asked in the survey, like, what additional tools do we need? And the first tool we're going to be using is ProtoPie. Don't pay for this, don't pay for this, don't pay for this, don't pay for ProtoPie. I have an academic account that I'm going to put you all under. So do not pay for ProtoPie. Right. Simply create an account. Okay. So you all have prototypes right now, and I'm going to be frank about your prototypes. And I'm actually, let me unmute everybody for a second so so everybody can hear everybody's reaction. All right, you're all unmuted right now. Your prototypes are not very good. Why? Why? But Colin, you haven't even seen my prototype yet. How can you
Lack
say
of
that?
experience.
No, that's not. Maybe, right? There's an F word. There's an F word that I'm looking for, and it's with good reason. What's that?
Flat.
It's flat. Maybe visually flat. What else? It's a better F word.
Format comes to mind. That's about it.
Format. Yeah. It's about fidelity, right? You all have low, right? But Colin, it looks great. No, you have you have good visual fidelity, but you're missing the other fidelity, is how real it is. So what would be the best prototype? Let's say you design an app, right? The best one is one that you can install on your phone and test out, correct? But wait, are you asking me to actually code out an app? No, but I'm asking you to get higher fidelity. Right, so right now, what Figma allows us to do is basically have, right, so let's go ahead and take a look at Figma. Figma is great, and we're gonna continue to use Figma. Everybody in the chat right now, and I'll be saying this all quarter long, everybody in the chat right now knows Figma better than I do. I don't like Figma, and Professor Pusri knows this, and he likes to make fun of me, right? And my friends in industry may like to make fun of me. They're like, I can't believe you're still using Sketch, right? I use Sketch app or Adobe XD. I do not. This class will never be about my tool is better than your tool, right? Or my platform is better than your platform. I don't think that makes for a good designer when you're arguing about which tool is better than the other tool. So I'm still using Sketch because I'm fast with Sketch. I like Sketch, and there's many other reasons why. But this is the last time when I mention Sketch. You all are better than Figma. The downside with Figma or any, I'm gonna say this again, any design tool is this right here, is what we're trying not to do. Okay, so I'm gonna mute everybody again. I'm gonna make a keyboard shortcut for this. What the problem is, you're all using a visual design tool. And what we want to do is actually have a prototyping tool. So Sketch, Figma, Adobe XD, Illustrator, InVision Studio, they're all right. Framer is really awesome, by the way, but we're not going to get to use that. We're not trying to design, we're trying to prototype. And when you prototype, it's much different. Okay. And so the tool that is going to allow us to make higher fidelity prototypes is Protopie, right? And we're going to be able to create interactions. Where did their video go? They used to have a video here. And the course that we're going to be using as a reference is right here. Okay, design code is Protopie. And don't sign up for design and code. Don't sign up for design and code. Look at their website, it's busted. Okay. I'll say here, do not pay for design plus code. Okay. We're using the free accounts. We're just going to be using the 2 free accounts. There are free courses. There are 2 courses that are going to provide just some background information. Okay, so in case if you miss lecture or something, or the recording doesn't work out, this is going to be essentially our textbook. And there is a course on Protopie. Okay. So Protopie is going to allow us to create a higher fidelity prototype. Right, where basically what you're doing with Figma is you're having glorified screenshots. So, sorry, like Figma is glorified screenshots, right? You're just basically stitching static screenshots together, correct? Right, and you're just tapping. Well, what about the camera? What about any of the other like UI? What we're talking about a lot is Apple's HIG throughout this course. Okay, did Meg talk about Apple's HIG at all? Okay, all right. We're also going to talk about Android material design. These are the 2 big design systems. Okay, this one's for all of Apple's platforms right here. Like, how do you design one system for all the different devices? How do you design one system for all of the different devices? And this is how it's done, right? You create a design system. You got to think about everything for all of the devices. And this is what one of the things that we're going to be working on in this class. Okay. There's that. So we have design as code, and we got ProtoPie. So you just go ahead and create a ProtoPie account. Okay. Why are we using ProtoPie? All right, Colin, didn't you just mention there are many other prototyping, like really good, like my favorite one, the one that I use is Framer. Here's why we don't use Framer. Everybody see this? Right, that's it. I'm using what is free, and if you use one tool, you can use them all. Okay. When we're interviewing designers, we never say, which tool are you using? It's like you can use any tool you want. You can use what tool we've paid for at the company, right? I say this in a lot of the web classes. Like, are we going to turn down a job because they don't use Figma? They're using something else. Okay, good. And if you need any of this, every single year there is a breakdown. There are many resources about all the different design tools, like what's popular in each year. So let's go ahead and quickly take a look at this. All right, let's go to UI design tools. Figma is going to win, but as of right now, Sketch is still in the lead. Okay, Figma is going to win out, and I'm saying this as a huge, massive fan of Sketch. Figma is going to win out because it's free, because it works on Windows, and because it's web-based. Like Figma, in terms of numbers, will win out. And number 2 is going to be Adobe XD, and maybe 3 or 4 is going to be Sketch, and that's okay. But good. All right. These are the things that I would have covered in UX2, I believe. All right, so there's that. Here's my beloved Framer. I love Framer so much. So Colin, if we love Framer so much, why don't you marry it? No?
Sick burn.
All right, just making sure you're paying attention. Okay. Why can we use Framer? Because, right, the $144 a year. Like, I love Framer. Right, Framer, you can make a prototype and install it to your watch and use it. So, all right, enough talking about tools. Right, so that's the first tool. This is going to be our resource. Right, in the next classes, we're going to get into all of this stuff here, and we're also going to be working on our UX portfolio, which is a huge component of this class. But before I get into that, let's go ahead and do a quick recap. We're good on, what's it called? Notion. Good on that? Yay. Good on Notion so far?
Yeah.
So can you see our Notion accounts if we duplicate your check? Like, how do you see our accounts?
You're gonna share it later on. Do you see the
Okay.
share button here?
Yes.
Yeah. You're gonna invite me at some point if you can. If you can't, there's also a copy link right there.
Okay.
Okay. So if you go copy link, and I open this in a different browser window, right, there it is. So we have 2 options. All right, we're good on that. All right, you're good. You have your ProtoPie account created. Okay. We're going to use these courses. You don't have to create an account for this. I have one, but you don't need to create one. Okay. All right, our textbook is the design team of 1. Meg has said the UX design, you guys have liked that book quite a bit. It's one of my favorite books. Okay. This is the first year design team of 1. This is the first year we've used it across multiple classes. Okay. So my friends at T-Mobile were creating a UX team, and like, look, we need a book to get everybody on the same page, right? Because there's people from all different departments, and this is the book that I recommended, and this is the book that T-Mobile is using as a reference to design the team. So if it's good enough for them, it's definitely good enough for us. So good. They're also trying to get T-Mobile on your advisory board, which is a different class. We'll talk about that. All right, so everyone have their UX design team of 1? Yes. All right.
Is that the only book we need, or
Yes, I will be filling. This is the only. You don't have to buy anything for this class, right? So you should already have this book. But I will be giving you other resources along the way. Some stuff from Linda, and some stuff from other sources, third parties. Good, good.
For the ProtoPie, do you
Mhm.
want us to download it for our Mac or like wherever we have and then create an account, or
They'll work both ways. You have to still log in to use it. So,
so just download it first?
yeah, even if you install it, you can't run it until you have an active plan.
How do you connect up to your Notion?
Say that again.
How do you connect up to your Notion? I'm still stuck on the Notion.
Connect up to.
Like, how do I get to, like, how do you get the daily engagement card and the rose bud thorn?
you gotta make a workspace and
So,
then
do you have a workspace?
duplicating his stuff.
I think so.
Right.
Evan, let's say that for the end of class, and you can share your screen and we can walk through it.
Okay.
So hang on that question.
Do you sign up for a free trial for the ProtoPie, or is there a way to sign up for a free version?
I am going to put you inside of a paid plan.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
we'll just,
all you need to do right now is create an account and optionally install it. So
Can
it
we
won't.
use
Are we
our
going to be
normal
using
email?
our school account?
Or yeah.
I'll always use your Eastern account because it'll get you the.
how do you
It'll
create
get you.
an
Go
account?
ahead.
Sorry if I don't know. I don't know. How do you create an account?
On ProtoPie?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm being blind or what, but
Oh gosh, it's been a while. Where is it?
Have you downloaded it?
yeah, I hit download.
Okay.
So you have to download it first.
I did. I don't know if you have to.
Oh,
There's a 7-day trial and then you have to log in.
oh, look like they moved it to cloud. So we've used this last year too. So if you go to cloud, I think you can go from there. So Jackie, is that you?
Yes.
Cloud.protopie.io. Yeah, so they moved it to cloud. Oh man, they're pushing everybody up to the cloud. All right. So if you go to cloud.protopie.io, I guess that's where the login is now. Boo.
Gotcha.
Boo, boo, boo. I'll talk about why that. So here's the boo. Here's the cloud account. Right. And from here, you're going to be able to share it. So see this EW, right? This is where I'm going to add you to.
Okay.
Good. But I just need you to have an account first. Right. So what I can't do is add you manually. it's a workaround to get this to work. But basically, ProtoPie, I said, like, here's my class. Please add them. And then they should. It's free, and that's what I'll take it. I'm trying to save you money. I mean,
Thank you.
use Frame. Oh, we can use Framer. I love Framer so much, but you have to learn CoffeeScript. You have to write JavaScript to make your prototypes.
What the?
So, all right. So let's get ready. I'm gonna get us ready for next class here. All right. So UX design 3. The big one. Syllabus and stuff. The big one to take note of here is your UX portfolio. Okay. And I need to talk about this now because it's going to take us all quarter to put this together. And the last 2 weeks is when we start really like polishing it up, and you have to start thinking about this thing now. Like, there's no waiting till the end to do this. I get a lot of feedback. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. Feedback from everybody in industry, and says their portfolios aren't good because of not of their projects. It's because of how they present their ideas and their work. And I'll show you different examples. And we need to make sure that we're communicating. Right? We're really communicating what we did, because you're doing good work and you're not selling it because you're using these. And I'm going to go off on a rant here, but I need to stop here. All right. Believe it or not, I'm going to Google for this. Ready? I'm going to Google for attractive people with thick rim glasses. Yes, I'm Googling for this. Everybody get in this part, and I'm going to hit return on this. Ready? Okay. So why am I saying all this is because we get all these stock images of people that we, right? And for a long time, this was the trend. We're just going to get, right, like here's a Shutterstock picture that someone would use. And this would show up in your UX portfolio. And we do UX portfolio, we say, who's this? Well, this could be a persona that I made. Is this a real person? Well, no, but they look good because they have thick rim glasses. And for a long time, like people in the industry, we got tired of seeing the same people with, because this was the fad at the time, thick rim glasses, as I tap on my thick rim glasses, okay? So I'm not throwing any stones. What I'm saying here, this is no different, everybody, than this stuff, right? This is a word that should never be in your, this is a, oh. All right, you get this. You made this thing and you put it on this mock-up and it's just like floating in space, right? And you're like, here's my work. And it's like, well, I can't squint to see it. What did you do on this? It looks great. How did you get here? Right. So a UX portfolio is much, much different than your standard graphic design portfolio. Another one that drives us crazy in a portfolio review, this is a great intro into your project, right? Fine, you all laid it out on a page, that's good. Now I want to get inside of each one of these components. I want to get inside of the pencil and the coffee cup and that envelope, right? And so these are just flashy mock-ups that don't really, that you did good work. Why don't you talk about that good work versus making people nauseous with these screenshots like this? Are we clear on that part? And so we're gonna make sure that we understand, like, our portfolio has a lot of steps, a lot of steps, y'all. Okay, and we're gonna be talking about that. Okay, and the first step isn't your domain name, but we can make that happen. The first step is number 3 here. And so let's go ahead and get into this. All right, so under your third bit, okay, this is your bio. This is your biography. You're gonna need a biography, okay? And we're gonna start with the small one, okay? You're gonna write a 75, a 150, and a 300-word bio. You need all 3. Well, sorry, you need the elevator pitch, you need, okay? And if you take professional practice, or this is the same thing I have you do in some other classes, you're gonna need all 3. Don't put your 300-word bio into an email, correct? That doesn't make any sense. No one's gonna read that, okay? You want to put your elevator pitch into an email, okay? Right, so where would you put your long form bio? Into your portfolio, into your cover letter, correct? Okay. But the first place we're gonna start here under biography is this is gonna be our 75-word bio, okay? And I'm not putting any parameters on this. I just need you to get your bio out. And we're going to flesh this out and make it nicer as we go and add in things that are gonna help it. Yeah. But you just need to write your bio, 75-word bio. We're good there on bit number 3?
Isn't this 2, technically? Is this bit number 2 by technicality?
Did I just count wrong?
Because you had 0 for check
Yeah.
check and then 1 for the rows.
You know what they say about computer science? The hardest thing about computer science is counting, and it's true. I just messed that up. I made the classic. This is what I just did there is a reason why you have a lot of bugs inside of your software. I'm not kidding.
Makes sense.
All right. All right, so to show you and this is where we're gonna end, okay? Where we're gonna end is just to show you that this isn't a Colin thing at all. Yeah, let me do my stop my screen share. I'm gonna share a new screen here. All right, this is my actual bio right here. Okay, can everybody see this? You see a bunch of words there? Tell me what you're seeing right now.
A bunch of muted people.
Yeah, I only see you.
What do you see now?
There, that's better.
You see my words now?
Mm-hmm.
See the words.
Okay. This is my actual bio. It depends upon context. Okay. I got to use this stuff all the time, right? This is something I had to write for my something. What is this? This is for art school. This is the long form one. Oh, I just gave away my address. Don't be creepy. Here's my artist statement. Okay, this is when I'm consulting, right? This is my FAP, right? This is my faculty appointment plan. This is my bio for that, right? And these are all bits. And if you ever have to sit down, right, and rewrite all of this stuff, you are doing this wrong. You're gonna have to grab your bio at different points of time. Okay. Let's see this one right here. Good. Right. So have the stuff ready. You're going to have your bio, and we're going to start off at the small one at 75, and then go to 150, and then 300. Okay. Oh shoot. I started counting wrong. Let's go back to our 75-word bio, please. Okay. This is the elevator one. Elevator pitch. How do you spell pitch? Okay. Right. Very, very, very short bio. Okay. Good. Right. Senior faculty lecturer, Eastern Washington University. That's it, right? Okay. Check. Yours is kind of write this off, right? Graduating student from Eastern Washington University looking to work in UX design. Okay. Basically in one sentence, right? In one sentence. Okay. Tell a potential employer or client about yourself. I have all this stuff somewhere. I should just copy and paste it. It's faster to type it. Collaborator. All right, we're running a little bit long here. But does anybody have any questions?
Yes. Is there a reason why you speak in the third and second person? For
In your
or
bio?
is that like industry standard?
Oh, that is a matter of preference.
Okay.
Yeah, that is that you can choose to. I like to be self-deprecating in my bio. If you read them, they're like, I make fun of myself. And that's why I talk in the third person.
Yeah. In general.
There's the reason why it's P. Colin, because it's pretentious, and I get to say that. I say my first name is pretentious, and everybody laughs. It's all a gimmick. Anything else, Evan? We'll get to your notion at the end. You got it figured out?
Yeah, I did. Are we doing a 2-sentence summary or a bio instead of the 75-word?
Yeah, the 75-word will come later.
Okay.
Yep.
So our second thing should be a 1 or 2 sentence bio, and then we'll do the 75-word one.
Yep, another time.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Alright.
where do you want us to share that?
Right now, nowhere.
Okay.
We have to go in bits and bits and bits. So
Got
I
it.
want to talk about our projects, but I can't.
Why not?
I'm trying to be a good employee and listen to what my employer is telling me to do.
Secret.
What if we
It's not-
voted that we want to hear about it now?
Oh, all right. Let's go to silverbacksolutions.com.
That was easy.
Well, it's being recorded, I guess, right? So here you go. All right, I'm going to turn the mic off because we're going to talk about Silverback Solutions, and I don't want them to hear it. So I'm turning this off, Silverback.